of TIZA, what's your core vision for Philippine tourism and what advocacy are you most passionate about promoting today?
Of course, for CHESA kasi kami, we're the investment and infrastructure arm of the Department of Tourism. Our main goal is to really develop our key tourism destination plus the emerging tourism destination. And the other function na meron kami, other core namin is to really get some investors invest into the tourism industry, whether it's in hotel, in food, education, power, di ba? Those are the key essential investment na talagang kailangan natin sa bansa. Because other than that, kung mawawala yun at hindi tayo makakakuha, hindi pa rin tayo makakapag move to the next level when it comes to tourism. Of course, we already have the natural resources. We already have the in short, kung pag tinitignan mo, we already have the raw talent. We just have to develop it and harness from it. So, in a proper way. So, yun yung tinitignan namin. And of course, ang laki ng potential ng Pilipinas, diba? So, number one talaga is connectivity ng inter-island kasi tayo, archipelago tayo. So, yun yung kailangan talaga natin maayos. And it has something to do with, of course, transportation.
Thank you. My second question would be, what do you consider your most significant achievement in developing tourism infrastructure and destination across the Philippines?
Actually, for us, in figures, I don't have the figures, but the significant projects that we have, like San Juanico Bridge lighting, San Juanico Bridge providing sewage treatment plant for key tourism destination, mga beaches like Boracay, El Nido, and Coron, and Puerto Galera. Napakalaki, providing landfill and seawall to Bohol. Ito yung mga malalaki namin na proyekto. Aside from the development of, let's say, yung mga ibang emerging like Tamaraw Falls in Galera, di ba? Yung mga yan, rehabilitation of Gorham Park, which are the iconic tourism destination. So yun, I think yun yung mga significant project namin. Plus itong rehabilitation ng mga 10 domestic airports, I consider them as significant because they are the gateways of our provincial destinations. So yun yung mga tinitignan ko kasi for me, my principle is parang we should always create an impression when tourists are coming into our country. Kasi our number one main asset is tayong Pilipino. We're very hospitable. We're very articulate, especially yung language barrier, kaya natin English, di ba? Kaya natin. So, even sa mga remote areas natin, kaya nila. So, I think that's already our asset. So, ang akin lang is to really capitalize on it and talagang i-develop yung mga areas natin. So, para ma-maximize natin yung creativity at raw talent ng mga Pilipino. So, para magkaroon din ng dagdag na trabaho, kabuhayan, para sa mga kababayan natin.
Sir, very amazing yung na-mention mo kanina that you're bringing bigger infrastructure sa Bicol. I'm a Bicolano also.
Yes,
So,
yes.
yung pagkasabi mo, sir, medyo elated na ako doon. Medyo sabi, wow, mas lalong pinapaganda ninyo ang Bicol. Why is it so?
I mean, of course, maraming maganda sa Bicol, in Sorsogon, and then
That's my hometown.
in Camarines Norte, meron din kami, pumunta rin si Governor Padilla sa akin. So meron kami, I think there's a white island na nandun, di ba, na may sandbar, and so i-develop yung jetty port from side to side. So gagawin din namin yon. And then for Pasakaw, na meron siya lang na merong beach area doon. So Esplanade naman yung kanilang request doon po para magkaroon ng activity. And then yung Mount Isorog ng Naga, nandun din. And then for Iriga, meron din kami yung Tourism Information Center nila. And then for Sorsogon, of course, the Donsol is there, di ba? Plus meron pa rin daw island na bago na nandoon. And then yung sa Legazpi naman namin, sa Albay, yung development nung parang Esplanade din in Legazpi City, meron. Plus meron silang request sa amin sa Daraga rin for the improvement of the landscape nung Bell Tower. So nandun siya. So yun yung mga area. Plus in Masbate, yung rehabilitation nung sandbar na nandun. Plus i-connect namin siya parang river cruise to town of Mobo. which is napakasarap. Ang strength nila is yung crabs and everything, seafoods nila nandun. So parang the same in Bohol na floating restaurant,
Yes,
diba? And then you'll go to the sandbar, then go back. So ang ganda. So yun yung dinedevelop namin. Kasi ang discussion namin with local government of Masbate, I think it's high time na makilala yung Masbate na as a tourism destination. Hindi lang pag may rodeo festival or kapag may kaguluhan lang doon nakikilala si Masbate. So now, it's gonna be a destination. And I think it will also improve the connectivity kasi ang hirap makapunta ngayon doon, di ba? Every other day ang flight. Tapos yung accessibility,
weather pa.
mahirap, yung weather. So, alis kung dadayuhin na talaga kayo, darami yung opportunities for flights, di ba? So, yun naman, across the whole Bicol region, marami kaming projects. Actually, not only for Bicol, even for other regions, marami rin naman talaga kami.
Sir,
Even
thank
for
you.
Samar, katabi.
Thank you for giving us more hope. At least yung mga kababayan namin doon mas matutuwa sila because of the development that you're bringing in.
Yes, oo. Kasi we're trying to really suggest yung connectivity. We're having discussion also with the OTR, paano ma-improve yung mga airport, di ba? Kasi tapos yung Bicol Express, di ba? Kailangan din, especially yung Maharlika Highway. Yun yung napakalaki talagang kailangan na tulong. Kasi yung goods, kapag hindi na deliver ng on time, nagkukonsumo ng maraming krudo dahil sa haba ng biyahe, traffic. So, tumataas ang bilihin, di ba? Yun connected lahat kasi sila eh. So I think yun yung majority na yung objective namin, top priority talaga is to really rehabilitate itong mga facility na nandyan na para
Just-
magkaroon ng improvement.
Sir, just to be honest, ang travel from Manila to Bicol took about mga 16 to 20 hours
Yes,
minsan.
oo.
So ang hirap.
Ang
Tapos
hirap.
parang nasa washing machine sa loob, hindi ka makalog-alog.
Yes. But now, at least meron kaming hope na nakikita kasi may ginagawa na sila, di ba? So, may mga poste na. So, sana matapos siya. At least sabi ko nga, ginagawa na. Hindi siya plano lang. So, it's like parang waiting the skyway dati, di ba? So, nag-taste tayo ng traffic. But now, may nakikinabang na kahit paano para ma-decongest yung traffic at bumilis yung mga goods and services na mapunta sa Southern Luzon.
Last two na nga. Ito kanino pa gustong itanong to sa'yo kanina kasi nai-inspire ako sa mga ginagawa mo overseas and you became one of the youngest provincial governor in the Philippines history at least 24 if I got it right.
25.
25. What advice would you give to young Filipinos who aspire to enter public service lalo na't magkakaroon tayo ng barangay election coming in?
Yeah, I think number one ang advice ko siguro is yung heart, yung puso mo sa pagsiservisyo. It's not because hindi siya luxury, hindi siya parang bagay na dapat ipagyabang o hindi siya accomplishment na dapat na gusto mo or hindi siya trophy. Hindi siya medal na dapat yun ang kinoconsider mo. I think for future leaders, I think number one ng qualification would be the heart. Yung puso mo sa pagsiservisyo, dedikasyon. Knowledge about it will come along the way kasi there are books are there, pwedeng basahin pero kailangan mong makita into translation in order whether these are applicable or not and then you can adjust. Pero the one thing that's most important is yung puso mo, dedikasyon mo sa pagserbisyo, pagtulong sa mga kababayan mo. Kaya may budget ka o wala. So be innovative and creative in doing in public service. It doesn't really need always money na kailangan, budget. Pwede ka naman maging creative.
Kasi nagagawa naman ng paraan.
Nagagawa na pag gusto mo naman kaya, di ba? Kahit magsulisit ka lang, pwede ka naman gawin, di ba? Ang daming tulong. Let's say, basurahan. Di mo naman kailangan mag-purchase ng di bumili ka ng mga pinaglumaan na drum ng oil. Di ba? Cut mo into two, dilagyan mo ng bakal sa welding shop. Yun lang naman, tatakot mo. That's it. Di ba? Hack it. Hatiin mo into two, di makakatipid ka pa. Instead na waste yun, hindi nagawa mo pakinabangan, basurahan mo. Pwede ganun. Always ganun naman kasi let's say kami, maliit lang naman yung barangay din namin. So, yung era, hindi namin inaasahan yun. So, we have to be more creative, resourceful dun sa paano namin ma-implement. Kasi pati yung mga programs ng barangay, ng mga sports program, especially kasi napaka-importante yun na para malayo sa masamang bisyo yung mga kabataan, di ba? Especially now, it's an easy access to everyone. So nakakatakot. So we need to really help.
Okay, my one last question would be, when your public service journey is eventually written about, what legacy would you like to leave for tourism industry and the Filipino people?
I think siguro for me is a person who's really never, kumbaga, hindi nawalan ng pag-asa. Hindi na disappoint, hindi kasi sa akin it's very frustrating. Ngayon, it's really frustrating kasi we work so hard from it's more fun in the Philippines pa ako, nandyan na ako. So we've been doing it. So we see that the changes, the development, the accomplishment and everything. And then always balik ka na naman dito sa baba. So it's kind of frustrating talaga. But yun nga yung sinasabi ko, we cannot give up. Kasi kung mag-give up ka, sino yung tutulak para dun sa next generation. And yun nga yung pinapoint ko lagi na parang we're not doing this anymore for ourselves. We're doing it for the next generation. Hindi naman natin pwedeng pabayaan yung bansa natin ng ganyan-ganyan na lang, di ba? So, madaling sabihin na, okay, I give up. I can migrate to other countries. Doon na lang ako. Ayoko na, di ba? Pero hindi eh. Kung ganun ang mindset nating pare-pares, sino nga aasahan? Sino yung magiging foundation ng mga next generation? So, I think yun. And a lot of things na kailangan gawin, na dapat pang gawin. So, yun yung mga itutulak na kailangan. Which I think everybody is all agreeable na experience natin lahat ngayon, mga airfare price hikes. So, one at a time. Yung mga problema natin, hindi natin sila kayang solusyonan ng minsanan, pero ang importante, may ginagawa tayo about it. So for us, for my part, for the longest time, ang contribution ko for tourism is I think yung pushing and empowering the sustainability of the industry moving forward in the future, kasi para mag-last sila ng matagal and mapakinabangan natin yung ating mga assets, yung ating environmental natural assets natin, which is of course the beaches, the mountains, yung mga yan, di ba? So yun.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.